A quick update today. It's -12. I don't want to do too much work on the car because it's frigidly cold. It's a nice sunny day, but if I open the garage door, I'm going to have frostbitten fingers. Got the garage warmed up. I'm going to work on the battery today because what's happened is Cousin Lucas in the past has had a little motorbike battery in with a really bizarre tie-down system, and we're just going to replace that with a proper Bosch battery, get everything installed, and make it right. So bizarrely enough, when I first started working on this car, we had this motorcycle battery on, and it was all tied down with this octopus of bungee cord here, and this actually served to double as the tensioner for the alternator. I'm not sure why or how that ended up like that, but we're going to make a change and get it sorted out properly. So, nice thing is that at some point Cousin Lucas must have known that this was not the best way to do things. So in his things, when I went through them, I found this battery tie down, and it looks like the proper battery tie down for the battery that I purchased, and looks like it's going to fit there, but we're going to have to modify the pan a little bit. So it looks like it's meant to have a nut. So this should fit down in here and hold the battery in place, and we'll have a much better setup. The battery I got is a bigger battery. I know Lucas was plagued with startup problems, and it's probably because this battery is just too small, and you get probably 1 or 2 cranks, and if it isn't light, it's game over. So we'll put a proper battery in and see what happens. To make life easier, I'm going to take the tray out. So I'll get rid of the spaghetti. That's got to go. It's pretty much in the garbage. I just kept that just because it was kind of funny, but I can't keep it rubbed into Lucas's face anymore. But this little battery, it goes. I'm pretty sure it's dead. It's been sitting in the car for 8 or 9 years uncharged. I couldn't get the car to start off with it, so that's why I got a new battery in the first place. So there's a pan in here. It's held in with four screws, I think. I think they're all 8mm or 10mm. I'm just going to pull this out, take it over the drill press, and see if I can fix the tie-down spot. Right now the post is broken over. I'll show you that once I can get it out of the car. As per usual on a car that's 60 years old or 50 years old, we've got a mismatch of fasteners, so it's a Phillips head screw in there. I'll get that sorted out. So there we have it. There's the tray. This is the screw that's broken in there. Looks like there is a nut spot welded in place. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get that off, and with any luck it'll come free and the new one will fit. Otherwise I may have to come up with some kind of crazy way of getting that nut back on. Okay, so this is the old post that's stuck in this nut. I don't think I'm going to get that out. I'm going to try some vice grips and see if I can pry it loose, but I think ultimately I'm going to have to zip cut that off, put on the drill press, drill it out, and re-tap it. So we'll see what happens. We'll give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I'm just grinding that flush, throw on the drill press, and put a new hole in it. And hopefully I don't break this off. If I break the nut off entirely, I'll have to get a new nut spot welded on. Don't want to do that. Hopefully get this done today. Well, I just broke it, so it's going to get ground and drilled out. Let's get to it. So just from that flush, I can now see the exact where I need to center that and drill it, so I'll be able to get a drill right down through the center of that. So move over the drill press, we'll get that pulled out. Hopefully by the end of the day, have a new battery pan. So I've got the battery pan clamped down as best I can to a drill press. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can drill that out. It looks like it is an M8, which is what that new post tie down is. So if I can have any good crack at this, I may be able to chase it with a tap and be on my way. So here we go. So I hit it fairly straight on. I might try to get an easy out in there and see if I can get that thread to move. It's not likely, but you never know. What's happened is I've gone all the way through the thread that's in the nut, but I forgot to grind it on the back side, so I'm just going further and further into the old screw that was there. So I'm going to fix that and see if I can get out with easy out. So maybe I got lucky there. I may be able to run tap through that now and see what's going on. So I'm going to take a look at it and see what we get. Aha! That old screw came out right there. So I was able to whittle it down with the drill bits, and hopefully I saved that M8. And we'll have some luck and be able to just run the new tie down in there. Be almost done. So everything's looking good. This is, I thought it was an M8, I don't know why, but it's actually an M6. So I got the tap ready. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to run that through the pan and get this all set up. So I'm just going to run the thread through, and then after that, we should be able to just install everything and have a battery in the car. Properly fastened. Chase that all the way through. It's feeling good. I think we're just getting the just debris out of there, just some 50-year-old guck. Do this way as well. Now I've got the tie down in there. There's just a ridge on this. The battery holds in, and this is going to tighten up really nicely. And you can reach from the top. Holds the battery in place for all the sweet turns and curves and bumps and jolts. There we go. I'm going to put it back in the car now. Got the pan ready to go. Just reverse order on a few screws now. This will be back in. I'll go grab the battery and maybe even fire up the car on this -12 January day. Only take a few minutes to get this in. I'll bring the battery out, get fired back up. All set. Rest of the battery in now, and call it a day. All right, so this is the big Bosch battery that I bought for the car. It's a good size. It'll be able to crank an old 50-year-old car for a good few sessions if you're stuck in a parking lot and you're flooded or whatever's going on. So it's a good thing to have. It is a S45 69B. It's the closest thing I could find that would fit this at the local parts supplier. And it does fit in fairly well. So I'm just going to show how it goes. So I got my positive terminal, my negative terminal. That lines up well with the way the terminals are on the car. From there we got our tie down, and the way that works is it interfaces right there on that lip, and it's going to hold that battery in place as it's held in further back on the tray. So I'll throw that in and see how it's going. So that fit nicely back in place, and I can go ahead and tie it down now. And that's awesome. It's in there tight. I'm going to blast around. I figure we should open the garage up, start the car up, let it warm up. It's been a few months, so let's get it fired up.